The brave little mouse, deep beneath the roots of a giant oak tree, in a warm and cozy burrow, lived a tiny grey mouse named Milo. Milo was gentle, kind, and loved by his friends, but he carried a quiet secret in his heart. He wished he could be brave. Every day, Milo would watch the bigger animals in the meadow. The rabbits hopped fearlessly across the open fields. The sparrows soared boldly through the skies. Even the squirrels would chatter loudly at anyone who disturbed them. But Milo, he always stayed close to his burrow, afraid of shadows, noises, and especially the sharp claws of the village cat. "Why can't I be brave like them?" Milo whispered to himself one night as he looked at the stars twinkling above the meadow. "I'm just too small. What difference could I ever make?" One bright afternoon, the animals of the meadow were busy collecting food. The rabbits gathered clover, the squirrels stored acorns, and the birds pecked at seeds. Milo sat at the edge of the field, nibbling on a crumb, when suddenly he heard a low rustle in the tall grass. His tiny ears twitched, his whiskers quivered. Slowly, he peeked around a bush and froze in fear. It was the cat, the sly orange cat with glowing green eyes and sharp white teeth, was silently creeping closer and closer to the group of small animals. Its tail swished back and forth, and its paws moved without a sound. Milo's heart thudded so loudly he thought the cat would hear it. He wanted to run back to his burrow and hide. But then he looked at his friends, the rabbits laughing, the sparrows singing, the squirrels busy with acorns. They didn't see the danger. They didn't know the cat was ready to pounce. "If I don't do something," Milo thought, "they will all be caught." Milo's tiny legs shook, but he stood tall on a rock. He took the biggest breath his little lungs could hold, and then squeak! The sound was so loud, so piercing, and so unexpected that the cat leaped into the air in shock. With a frightened yowl, it tumbled backward, then turned tail and sprinted away into the tall grass, disappearing from sight. The meadow went silent. All the animals turned to look at Milo. His heart still raced. His paws still trembled. But he had done it. He had scared away the cat. Suddenly, cheers filled the air. "Hooray for Milo!" shouted the rabbits. "Our hero!" squeaked the squirrels. "Bravest of us all!" sang the sparrows. Milo's face turned pink with pride. I was so scared," he admitted, "but I couldn't let the cat hurt you." The oldest rabbit hopped forward and said gently, "Bravery isn't about not being scared, Milo. It's about doing what's right, even when you are afraid." Milo's eyes sparkled. For the first time in his life, he didn't feel small. He felt mighty. He felt brave. Milo never bragged about being a hero, but whenever danger came close, he no longer hid. The other animals looked to him for courage, and he always reminded them, "You don't have to be big to be brave. You just have to care enough to act." And so, in the quiet meadow under the great oak tree, a timid little mouse became known forever as the brave little mouse. Moral courage comes in all sizes.